Hey guys, guess what? It's Christmas! Anyways, throughout the entirety of December, I'll be doing a Christmas review. So that's 5 Christmas reviews throughout December, including this one, which is a Christmas special for Invader Zim, which is titled The Most Horrible Xmas Ever. Invader Zim is, well, pretty good. It can get freaky at times, but for the most part it's a dark comedy, which I can get behind. And this episode, which is this show's Christmas special, is a pretty good indicator of that dark comedy. The episode starts off on Earth, 2 million years in the future. Well then. Here we see a gigantic robotic snowman singing to a bunch of blob children. After their song, he then tells the kids the story of the most horrible Xmas ever. Wait a minute. Anyways, the real story starts off with Zim trying to get money by having her eat snow. It's not going so well. Is that a human heart? Like, holy shit. He then sees the street Santa begging for donations, and since that Santa's getting more money, Zim attacks. Then, more Santas! We cut to a mall where we see Gur sitting on the lap of a mall Santa. It leads to said Santa being maddened by Gur before Zim just straight up kidnaps him. After taking him to his base...
What is that?
Oh, that's Minnie Moose, my other sidekick. Yep, been with me the whole time.
Oh yeah, that thing. If you've never seen the Minnie Moose until now, don't worry. He's only in this one special, and he honestly doesn't serve much of a purpose in this anyways. So, Zim then learns about Santa and is essentially Jesus in this world. I wish I was joking, but the story tells that no one's seen Santa for a long time, but everyone waits for the day he returns and leads his people. Zim then absorbs all the knowledge of Santa out of the guy. Several days pass and we cut to Zim and Gaz. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. I wrote Zim and Gaz on the script. Are you fucking serious? We cut to Dib and Gaz, with Gaz trying to get the head of her vampire toy out while Dib is working on Tak's ship. Look, that's a whole thing I don't really feel like explaining. Anyways, Dib then charges in to charge the ship up, which causes a worldwide power outage, and Dr. Membrane fixes it before blasting the door open for Dib and Gaz. Suddenly the news comes in and Santa has returned! Whoa, wait a minute, that's just Zim. Anyways, turns out that Dr. Membrane hates Santa. When he was a kid, he wanted uranium, but instead he got drowned in somewhat crusty socks. Anyways, we skip ahead to one of Zim's Christmas rallies, where he then tells everyone that they'll be taken to the North Pole, where they'll be teleported to their doom. Yes, that is literally what he says, and everyone just rolls with it. It's like Jesus coming down like, "Greetings, my children. I have come for you to build a giant spaceship, though I can take you to the dark demise. I am the Lord." Anyways, the lady wanted to ask Zim to let the bunch of kids sit on his lap, so he lets him, and we learn that the suit has a bug in it, which causes him to be jolly and nice. After coming back to, he then starts questioning what's going on, and then Dib shows up to try to reveal Zim for the fraud he is, which gets everyone annoyed at him, but forces him to lock him up in the Jingle Jail. On the way to the North Pole, Dib breaks out because the cage is made out of candy cane. Zim then tells a disguised Dib about how he created the Santa suit out of slime and Santa data. However, over time the suit thinks it actually is Santa, and now he's fighting to maintain control. Gur then sings to make Zim lose it, and then Dib hits him with another candy cane, which backfires. Zim then locks Dib up in an actually strong Jingle Jail, and if you're wondering why he didn't do that earlier,
You can never understand my amazing brain.
afterwards he then gets dropped off on an iceberg, to which he then contacts Gaz and tells him that the reason the vampire doll's head is missing. She then flies over with Tak's ship and beats the living crap out of Dib. Now, the next two scenes are worth noting since they connect to the climax at the end. Zim attaches, or more drills, a stabilizer to the suit's head which allows him to keep it under control. Dib goes to Dr. Membrane to get a special Batasuit, which he has in order to destroy Santa. Over a fuck ton of socks. Ugh. Now comes the final minutes. The teleport is completed, which sends the humans to the tallest, in a scene that implies that Zim is an asshole and didn't call the tallest to inform him of his plan. Why? Anyways, over time, Zim gets hit with more and more Christmas spirit until the final nail in the coffin is being this little girl who is the destroyer of worlds. Afterwards, the stabilizer flies off his head, and the Santa suit absorbs him. Dib then shows up and blasts the Santa with a cannon, which pushes Santa into more Christmas stuff, causing it to mutate into Kaiju Santa. One fight scene later, and Zim manages to escape and shrink the Santa suit, allowing Dib to blast it off into space. Afterward, Dib tries to give a heartwarming speech, which immediately gets shut down by Jim dressing up as the Easter Platypus, who convinces everyone to beat Dib up. This episode ends with the snowman who reveals that Santa never died, but instead became stronger in space. I will be the first to admit that this is a pretty dumb episode, but you know what? It's actually not that bad. Maybe because it's Invader Zim, you're kind of expecting this to be that way. Now, I wouldn't recommend watching this with kids unless they're over the age of 10, because it's a little disturbing in places, but it is entertaining for those who want a dark yet silly Christmas special to just sit down and watch. Do I have anything else to say about it? Not really. It's a Christmas special Invader Zim. So, that kind of makes me wonder, what else is there? What's that? Huh. Never saw this before. No, not that. No!